Welcome to the program. It was a mixed day on the campaign trail as the election meandered wearily towards the final week, with most Australians probably counting the moments until it's all over. The broadband battle continued, with the government announcing that its network will be even faster than first thought, and the opposition promised to index retirement benefits for veterans. The government accused the opposition of a further costing error. The opposition called on the federal police to investigate a Treasury leak they said was designed to embarrass the Abbott campaign. And so it goes on. And somewhere in there, Mark Latham made another appearance. In a moment, we'll be debating both sides' economic agendas, but first, here's political editor Heather Hewitt.
Is he under one of those tables or behind a big petition?
The bull in the china shop was back, this time terrorising Tony Abbott's campaign.
Long time no see.
It is a long time now, mate.
Are you brave enough to shake my hand?
I'm happy to shake your hand, mate. I'm happy to shake your hand.
I'm glad to hear it.
No worries,
you won't
mate.
end up in hospital, but...
Failed Labor leader turned Channel 9 reporter Mark Latham had set his sights on Tony Abbott at the Penrith RSL Club this morning, and the veterans were not amused.
This is about veterans, Mr Latham, not about bloody you. How about sack it off?
For them, the star show was the opposition leader, who had good news for them.
The main new announcement this morning is the announcement that our most disabled veterans will get their pharmaceuticals at no cost to them.
On the count of three, 1, 2, 3, push.
Here we are. Across Bass Strait at Midway Point, things were running more smoothly at the official launch of the National Broadband Network for 3 Tasmanian communities. Never mind that the service had in fact already started in these areas several weeks ago.
The future is here, and the future is this national broadband investment.
Julia Gillard and her Communications Minister Stephen Conroy had their own good news to trumpet.
I very much welcome as well the fact that the National Broadband Network company has announced that we will achieve higher speeds on the National Broadband Network than initially envisaged.
NBN Co will provide speeds on the National Broadband Network fibre product of 1 gigabit per second. That is an increase on the 100 megabits per second that we've previously announced, and 1 gigabit is 10 times faster than 100 megabits.
It's very hard to take seriously a government which suddenly pulls yet another technological rabbit out of a hat just because it's under enormous pressure in the closing stages of an election campaign. I mean, this idea that, hey presto, we are suddenly going to get 10 times the speed from something that isn't even built yet, I find utterly implausible.
He will cost Australians the jobs of the future. We will not be able to compete with countries like Singapore and Korea and Japan that have the benefits of this technology.
There's no doubt Labor thinks its high-speed broadband plan, despite the huge cost, is an electoral plus. After what at best could be described as a lukewarm response to the opposition's alternative, Tony Abbott is left trying to push the line of prudent economic management, and today announced that if elected, he'd set up an office of due diligence to scrutinise big government spending proposals.
This is an extremely important initiative to try to ensure that never again do we have the kind of disasters which we've seen all too frequently under the current government.
Maybe Mr Abbott would be better off focusing on getting his expenditure policies in for costing. He continues to race towards $30 billion of announcements and commitments in this election campaign.
But the opposition is withholding the bulk of its campaign spending promises and policies from the Charter of Budget Honesty. It says that's until the government identifies the source of a leak this week, claiming Treasury had found an $800 million hole in one coalition costing. Today, the opposition asked the federal police to investigate.
We're calling Wayne Swan on this, and he has to come clean with the Australian Federal Police.
Both sides are acutely aware there aren't many days of this campaign left to go. Internal polling backs up what the leaders keep on saying. This is a very close race, but at this point, the coalition is marginally in front where it matters.